Ready, set, go.
Blackmail suspects.
Ready, set, go.
Blackmail suspects.
Oh yeah, I've been waiting on your little pretty ass. Little chocolatey ass. What your name is right now, bad boy? Love. Well, we about to make love. And then we gonna change your name back to Diddy. Cause then we gonna Diddy. Then we gonna change your name back to Puffy. Cause that's what you gonna be when we done Diddy.
I like that.
Hold on, you ain't supposed to like it.
I like what you're talking about.
I don't like it if you
I hear
like it.
scrambling and scraping.
Hey,
That's a lot. I like that. I like you.
guard?
I ain't locked in here with you, playboy. You locked in here with me.
Hey, no Diddy, bro.
And grab that baby girl over there and lather up.
Lather up.
Thought I told you that we
Hey,
won't
nah,
stop.
man, hold
Thought I
on,
told
bro.
you that we won't
Hold
stop.
on, bro. Hey.
I just want to know, Hillary, when they finally arrest me with all the pedophile shit I do, how does a brother survive jail without being Epsteined?
Well, since you have a lot of shit on us, we're probably going to get you Epsteined as soon as you go to sleep. But hey, at least you won't have to shower, am I right? So anyway, enjoy your last meal, Puffy.
Ta-da. What's the word? What's the word? Hey, yo, can y'all hear me? Hexagon Lost in Asia in the building. More pumps. Academaciated. What's up? Said Church of Wonder now in session, right? Let's fall in line. Salute to Crypto Money. What's going on? Crypto Money says locked in. Blessings to you as well. Blessings to you as well, y'all. For sure. DJ Bomber. What's up? Yeah, I know it's out of control, man. I thought I told you that we won't stop. Yo, these people are crazy, man. These people are crazy. I tell you, man, these people out of control, man. They're out of control. They're out of control, man. Nope, we're not doing that one. We're not doing that one. Because these people got me got. YouTube ain't no joke with the censorship, man. Checks my pulse. What's happening? What's happening? Says good morning, Hexicans. Good morning to you, man. Hope all is well. Hexican Lost in Asia says, what are those trash cans? I don't know. I don't know what those are. The emojis. Unity. Unity. I need to chill, man. It's too early for all that, man. Shout out to everybody who's tuned in. Good people like Big GZ. Says CW, big up to you, man. Big up to you. Big up to you. Christopher Davis, what's up? What's up? How are you doing today? Loud and clear. Okay, cool. Yeah, my internet. I didn't get to the bull market, the real bull market yet, so my internet could improve, you know what I mean? And get some upgraded equipment or whatever. I'm glad it's loud and clear though. Audio is A1. Cool, cool. That's what we're doing. All right, dope, dope. You check out some of the house track. You know, checks. I didn't check them out yet, but I will. Definitely will. The sound. What is it? The SoundCloud thing? Is this? No, it's not SoundCloud. Is it? No. When I heard it the first time you introduced the tunes, I was like, yo, this is fire. This is fire. But you know, life is lifing, so I gotta get to it though. Definitely will. Those were Diddy's old. Yo, man, they're doing something to Diddy, man. That thing is crazy right there, man. All I know is if he did bad things to bad people, he needs to pay for that. That's all I could say. People, I know he's done great uh contributions in entertainment, hip hop specifically, blah blah blah. But if his hands are dirty doing bad things to bad people, I don't respect that at all, man. Diddy, but he ain't the only one. That's my thing. You know, speculating. I'm waiting for a few others to be thrown under the bus to join him. You know, but we're gonna talk about unity today. We're gonna talk about unity. Crypto Boy said Diddy's the excuse for the masses to not see. Man, my glasses to not see the Fed rate cut and the asset prices flat. Wow. See, this is what I was alluding to. You see how you broke that down right there? How you just shared that? That's what I was alluding to right now when I mentioned the whole Diddy thing in a way. I'm glad you said that because they're using him to just basically be a distraction in a sense, like, and it's just like, yo, there's so much going on in the world, man. I haven't even paid attention to the specific charges that he's going. All I'm seeing on the timeline is about 1,000 baby lotions or baby oil, and like I'm like, and that's all. I'm not interested in reading or reviewing anything or charges because I know the internet is ablaze with that. Meanwhile, there are real things, other things that deserve the same attention, if not more. Like you said, the Fed rate cut, what they cut about 50 points. Once they did that, man, that's the beginning of a new situation. It's the beginning of a new situation, a great situation. Now, like you said, crypto money, like the other person said earlier, more pumps, more pumps for the assets we've been waiting for. That's fire. It's just fire to me. I love it. I love it, man. Alan in the building. What's up, man? What's up, Alan? Say what's up to everybody as well. Checks returning the greetings. Also, I was watching. I caught the replay. Not brief. I'm not gonna say whatever. I caught the replay of the last Discourse Syndicate episode. Like the first, when I like watching Discourse Syndicate when Captain, he starts ranting for the first 30 he starts ranting for 30 minutes about whatever is going on, the goings on, right? um, and the theme of what I took away, was this idea about the community needs to get together, basically unify and come together and let bygones be bygones in a way, and push, market, advertise, talk, word of mouth, push the hex message, pulse chain, pulse X to the world. Now there's so many people here that everyone has something to offer, right? On some level. I see Tin Top in the building. He's everywhere. You're never there. What's up, Tin Top? Dr. D. Raj More in the building. Good day to everybody. Good evening, good morning, good night. Anywhere and everywhere you are. Blessings. So he's basically trying to encourage people to just contribute in a positive way. And he meaning like RG3 was putting that message out there. And I respected that. Right? I respected the message to basically come together, let bygones be bygones, and push the message forward. Like get people involved in knowing about what we got going on, what we've been talking about, what we've been supporting and investing, right? And it's not that I'm trying to go against what he's saying, because I'm really not. It's just that I've realized like for there to be unity, you gotta overcome so many barriers that I think is just it's an ongoing problem that I don't think is gonna end, right? Because what am I talking about? Like, you want unity in pulse chain. First, you have to have unity in real life. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no, like for there to be unity in this crypto thing, you have to have unity in your actual life. Show me what they say. There's over 180 countries in the world. Do every single one of those countries, 180 plus, get along? Unity. I mean, and I'm not making fun of, this is not about disrespecting RG3. I'm not on that. That's not my mission and message of what I'm saying today. I'm just trying to is when I heard him talk about how you just gotta now like really focus on positive things in a collective way. I'm not against it. I just recognize the resistance. I recognize the adversarial nature that will always be present. And I've been talking about this adversarial energy for a long time, to the point where I'm tired of talking about it. But I have to recognize it. I can't pretend that it doesn't exist. The world, whether you want to accept it or not, recognizes the US dollar, right, as the reserved currency for the world. Whether you want to agree with, and while on paper, maybe agreeing that the US dollar, lightly agreeing, right, that the US dollar is the world reserve currency, how many conflicts do you think? You can't even count how many disagreements, conflicts that exist in the world Like before we can come together, we gotta clean up our own homes. And that's something that I think will always exist. Like so it's like focusing on good, focusing on qualities, focusing on whatever you could contribute and not really giving the negativity any real play, right? Not really, you just leave that. Just basically, it's not about ignoring, pretend it doesn't exist. Don't feed into it. I get that. I get that. But over here in this pulse chain thing, look, Hex was Richard Hart's thing. Richard Hart's baby, first baby was Hex. Even as an outsider looking in, when Hex launched, I was a non-believer. So I saw many people, most people in crypto just give Hex a hard time, give the community a hard time, and especially give Richard a hard time. So now you have a certain group of people that became sort of like defenders of Hex, defenders of the cryptocurrency, defenders of the principles of Hex, and even in the community among defenders and believers, I, as an outsider, was able to see that within that hardcore group of believers, that there were a series, I shouldn't say a series, but I was able to identify some problems where people did not get along in the Hex community in the beginning. That, you know, there were differences of opinion. There's always going to be differences of opinion. There's always going to be disagreements, right? But the core, everything that allowed everybody to come together and rally and support Hex, basically, sort of like those positive qualities outshined the negative, right? That's just one token, though. Now we have an entire blockchain. We have a L1. Like, that is different now. We have an entire blockchain that's just like a more refined version of Ethereum. I like to look at it as a better opportunity, a better Ethereum. That's how I like to look at it. But then you have people in this community that look at Pulse Chain as a bootleg Ethereum, as a counterfeit Ethereum, as a subpar Ethereum. And am I gonna hold on to their perspective and allow it to become mine? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Because people are always gonna have some type of disagreement. And it's hard to create unification in these systems. Just again, look at look at the real world. Look at what we deal with every day in society, in life. I'm not gonna say it's impossible, but it becomes very difficult when we've seen it in the last 17 months. For example, and I'm saying that because I refer to the Pulse launch, May 2023 to the present. When I say 17 months, that's the period I'm referring to. And we've seen how RH coin supporters, maxis or whatever, were shat upon. There's no mistake about that. There's no, right? That's not an opinion. That's a fact. People who wanted to just keep pushing the message, spreading the word about Hex, Pulse Chain, PulseX, and Inc. were drowned out by members within this own community, members within the community, members within the community. We're not talking about external anything. RH Maxis were drowned out by people within this own community who have since launched their own situations. They've launched their own coins. They've launched their own projects, right? Sacrifice here, donation here, launch a coin there, created their own mini ecosystems, their own communities, supporting whatever projects they created. Not really aligning with RH tokens or RH anything, except for the fact that they're on Pulse Chain. I don't think that's going to stop, because you can't stop. There's a difference between when this chain launched 17 months ago and where we are today, and it's still going to continue to grow. In my opinion, this is all my opinion as far as that goes, right? So I think it's going to grow. The network effect will become larger and stronger by the day, right? But the building blocks that got this to be what it is, the foundation that got this to be what it is, and the people who have supported the foundation and the building blocks that allowed this to even become what it is, to support what this has become, is being drowned out, stamped out, not supported. When you talk about an idea, people, there's always going to be new ideas. There's always going to be, right, people who are creating constantly. This is life. It's a continuum. Innovation. We have growth. People develop. People evolve. We elevate. We contribute through our elevation. There's always going to be something new, sure. But we can't disrespect the foundation. We can't forget about the building blocks, the origin that hasn't been supported strong enough in this last year and a half. And that's what created so much fragmentation. You know, you have different factions. You have people, there is no foundation as far as RH principles like that en masse. When I say that, like 100% blockchain supporters are just saying, listen, man, this is all about decentralization, delayed gratification, not your keys, not your coin, you doing your own work, etc., etc. No, that's not what you have here. That's not what you have here. So when I think about when RH said before, right, that if it was up to him, he wouldn't have builders on the chain, because why would you support ticker symbols that's going to compete against his coins on his chain, right, quote unquote? But he understood that he can't stop it. You can't stop that from occurring. And maybe he had some foresight and understanding that the way things are today on Pulse Chain is something he saw, he envisioned for himself, where it's going to be a ton of scams, a ton of rug pulls, a ton of people launching things that, you know, really don't amount to anything. are bringing no real value, are just opportunities for people to be distracted and no longer concentrating on his tokens, when we know from the years amount of content that the man has shared to the world, some of the principles that involve with crypto of what we have to do to be successful and to make a ton of money, i.e. make mad gains, when it's all watered down now. It's watered down, it's diluted. Like, the work has been stepped on. It's no longer raw. Unless you stick to a plan, right? You created a plan for yourself and you became so sort of like committed to your plan. You're unwavered, you're focused. But it's being focused like that and being called these names like RH Maxi and foolishness like that, that shows that, oh wow, what happened? What happened? What just happened here? 17 months. What happened within the last 17 months? It's 10% RH Maxi, 90% everybody else. So when you want to talk about ratio, right? Because we love talking about some ratio. When you feel like you're a minority versus a majority, how do we get unified? How, you know, how? I understand helping to support people who come with bright ideas. Right? When I got into this space, it was nothing but bright ideas left and right. When I got into cryptocurrency, man, like, and it was every day there was a bright idea being pitched to the world. Every single day in 2017, there was some type of bright idea being sold to the world, being presented to the world, that the coin founders, the ICO presenters, shillers were indirectly telling the world that they needed to buy and invest in their bright ideas. And it was a miserable fail. And it's been a miserable fail since. If you keep hearing that 99% of crypto are trash, so 99% of the crypto are not only, trash, but they were a bunch of 99% were nothing but bright ideas. And I'm not going to say 99% of the cryptocurrency started from people who just simply wanted to steal. I'm not going to say that, because that'll be fake. That'll be phony and disingenuous. I don't believe that 99 everybody in this world are bad people. I'm not going to say that. I don't believe that. But this industry is special, is unique, and it presents its own challenges as well as opportunities. But people don't respect the weaknesses, the vulnerabilities that are present, right? In this community, not this just the community, is in this industry. You could present a bright idea on paper, it's pristine, it's great, excellent, immaculate, put it to work, you're trying your best to develop it. Okay, good. You did everything you had to do. But if people don't believe in a bright idea, strike one. If people don't buy into your bright idea, strike two. If your bright idea wasn't developed properly, strike three. And the list goes on. I'm not gonna waste my time listening to a bunch of bright ideas. I've been doing it for 7 years. Everyone want a bright idea, but they don't want to give me money. They just want my money for their bright ideas. I'm good. How many people who want to launch a business, who want to create a business, how many of them have been successful, right? And I'm not saying give up on your dreams. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, you know, you want to hit the block running. They say you're not going to see profit on average for 2 to 5 years when you launch a business. You underwater, you barely making it for the first year. You know, you're struggling. First 2 to 5 years is a struggle. That's why I used to hear years ago. And I tried my hand at it, and you know what? They weren't lying. And I had a bright idea. I had my own bright idea, not crypto related. It was before crypto. Launching my own businesses. Had a series of bright ideas. It didn't work. For some people, it does work. For most, it doesn't. Why is it different here in crypto? I don't know. Because it's not different. That's why 99% of the coins are garbage. And that's not something we can just dismiss and act like, oh no, that's an opinion. We can't even unify in that. Just understand, yo, 99%, yo, imagine, right? I'm not even talking about 99% of coins on Pulse Chain. I'm talking about in crypto, period. I looked at the DEX screener the other day, and on the side of that DEX screener, they have a list of L1s that are there. They have lists of L1s I've never heard before, and I didn't even care to look up. For real, just on some DEX screener, doom, Pulse Chain. I'm looking at you know, and on the side, all these L1s that I do not care about, that many people care about in their own right. That's why they're there, right? Some people care about them. I personally don't, because I don't. They haven't caught my interest, and it's just too much work for me to now go look up at some other bunch of other L1s. I'm lazy. Man. That's why I'm in crypto, because I'm tired of working. I want this money, this computerized money, to work for me. I've done a lot in the last 7 years learning about this frontwards and backwards, and still have even more to learn. I'm not gonna go on some deck screen and look at all these other L1s and be like, yo, what this, that, all these bright ideas. I'm good on that. That's me. I don't need it. Thoughts, child. I see you, man. I see you. I see you. Like, we gotta, if we wanna look at certain things for what it is, and we want to actualize it, like, right, manifest it, come together. We really want it, and then we got to understand what's involved with all that. It's coming together. I don't think it's real enough. Is it possible? Sure, it's possible. But can we make it actual? I don't know. I don't know. Not in this lifetime. I don't know. And it's not about being negative. I think we could make a lot of things happen if we put our minds to it. That's a fact. But now, at the way things are right now, I don't know, man. Is a certain price that we pay for what we like to support decentralization. Right? We say that a lot. Decentralization, autonomy, immutable, permissionless, censorship resistant, all this stuff. Yo, we gotta understand, not everybody cares about decentralization the way we care about it and even understand it. Some people don't care about DeFi and they're on Pulse Chain. They don't care about DeFi. They've said it openly, publicly. Influencer and all. I've heard an influencer just say it. He don't care about no DeFi. And he's Pulse Chain, yeah, streamer that y'all be supporting. Yeah, social media influencer, been in crypto, doing all this and that. Very active in the community. Doesn't care about DeFi. Said it. You know, decentralization, we talk about, oh, yeah, you know, nobody can take what's ours. They can't control us by way of our internet monies. And I'm not talking about that wallet. They can't control us. But then when somebody does something you don't like, which I don't support, i.e. rug pull, i.e. scam, we looking for somewhere to get some help. We looking, you want to call crypto police. You want to make a report and say, hey, crypto police, I want to inform you that I just got rugged by a bad actor, a bad person. Do something about it. I need you as a central authority representing law enforcement to bring justice to me, to help me become whole. Yes, let's rectify this problem. Yo, it doesn't add up, people. It doesn't add up. We don't even have a decentralized law enforcement, whatever, crypto agency, a decentralized autonomous crypto police. That doesn't exist right now, man. You can't gatekeep people from doing this. This is supposed to be open for everybody. So it's about unity. What are we doing? Like, we holding hands? Huh? A unity. Rick James. Huh? Dave Chappelle skit with Charlie Murphy. Rest in peace to both those guys, man. Not Dave Chappelle. He's alive, but you know, his rendition. Come here, Charlie. I gotta tell you something. Pow! Unity! Like, you holding hands with bad people in unity and decentralization. You're transacting with right? The worst of the worst too. You're transacting with everything you find under the sun, good and bad. So if you want to call that unity, I get it. Because yeah, unity, yeah, it's because this is for everybody. Yeah, it's for everybody. You got everything wretched that you could think of, everything corrupt, everything wicked and evil using these blockchains too. They're using these tokens, right? Some of your favorites of the favorites, you don't even know what kind of life they really live in the world. Launching sacrifice phases. and you throwing your money at it. You supporting it. You're participating. Unity. Yeah, unity. Even to the point where if you are RH Maxi, you know, what makes you think somebody who wretched scum of the earth won't buy a Richard Hart token? Can we stop them from doing that? No, we can't. So maybe the unification talk, that an idea, is a marketing thing. Cause maybe it's just I'm going a little too deep into it. Maybe it's just marketing. Marketing is not my thing in a way, right? Like other people understand marketing, they live and breathe it. Like I know my limits. Marketing is not my strong suit. Because what I've realized and what I've seen in our short term rocking and rolling with each other in these last few years, this community does not fall short with creative talent. Oh, there's been some serious marketing taking place. No questions about it. On every level, there's been some serious marketing. Right? So if you want to look at unity, bringing everybody together to push the message forward, you want to attach creativity to that, which there's a ton of. You want to attach whatever to help spread the word. I think the community has done an incredible job doing that. Within the last 4 or 5 years, dealing with all these obstacles, dealing with everyone still to this day not caring for Pulse Chain like that, not caring for Hex, not caring for this, right? Ethereum state fork, not caring for the fact that Richard Hart his whole legal battle might just create new precedents for crypto and the world. Like, it doesn't even care. They'll care more about other headlines, other blockchains that have had battles with the SEC. They'll talk and report about that more. With other boring blockchains, boring. I mean, like, I get it. Hex is boring too when you stake it, but the community ain't boring. Really, compared to these other chains. What they got going on? What these other communities talk about that had legal problems with SEC, right? How many streamers they got that equivalent to what's on Pulse Chain, right? Content creators up the wazoo. Social media influence, people putting out all kinds of content on social media on Pulse Chain, whether you for it or not. Versus these other communities that get all kinds of crypto press, all kinds of marketing. And over here, they don't show the same love. They don't. Meanwhile, we're very loud. Been very loud for years. We've been unified in that sense. There's unity there already in that sense, whether you want to accept it or not. And it still fell short. I've said this already. There's an entire movie. What other effing blockchain besides some Bitcoin? We're not talking about no damn Bitcoin. What other blockchain? Look at the damn deck screener. Look at all those L1s on the sidebar of the sidebar column with all the L1s. Are they noisy, vocal, right? As we are? No, they're not. Do they have a film for their whatever situation they got? No, they do not. They don't even have animation. They don't even have a freaking cartoon. Been unified, yo. Like in that sense, but is created what? The results are not as favorable as we'd like. How much more marketing can the founder do? Like in 22, you saw the marketing he was doing. And that's just him. The community just left and right, all kinds of stuff. Worldly events. No BS. Even the drama within the last 4 years, the infighting, right? The slinging mud left and right, disagreement, the expose, all this expose, screenshot, putting all this stuff on blast for the past few years is a form of marketing. And it's still, it just got us to where we are now. All these things are just the sum total that got us to where we are today. I could see people sort of like realize how things can be done moving forward, right? And use their skills in a direction where it's just completely focused on telling the world, yo, listen, I'm a writer, so I'm just gonna write pieces on what's going on over here. Listen, I'm a musician, so I'm just gonna create music to reflect what's going on over here. Listen, I'm in whatever in sports, whatever I'm doing is gonna be tied and market what we got going on. Whatever it is that you do well, right? You're gonna use your skills, use your talents, use your gifts, more gifts, right? To create awareness, to spread the word through your gifts and talents and skills and capabilities and contributions. I get that. But you're not going to stop people from also understanding sex, drugs, and rock and roll sells too, right? When you have the drama festering, building, it's going to be acknowledged. It will be acknowledged. And where a lot of people fall short is not only did they create opportunity to be ridiculed, to be criticized, rightfully so, too. Rightfully so. Because a lot of the drama was about, if you support RH, you toxic. And since I'm saying you're toxic as a RH supporter, I'm not only going to call you toxic and create my style of some psychological operation I'm going to do on you and everybody who's listening to you and listening to me, I'm going to create my own system right here to go against and show you why you are the enemy. You RH supporter. I'm creating my own situation here to show you why I'm better than you. I'm better than RH. I'm better than Pulse Chain, and I'm doing it on Pulse Chain. Oh no, that's going to create, right? Division, conflict. That's what's happened. And who's going to stop that? Who? You going to tell these people that got 50 mil to stop that? You going to tell weird influencers that came out of nowhere, flashing mammary glands, to stop doing that? Huh? Flashing mammary glands and you know, might as well tattoo RH on one mammary, R on one mammary, and H on the other. And wear some Pulse Chain bikinis, huh? And then be ridiculed, to be like talked about like you some type of, right? You just a parrot. You have nothing of substance in your mind. Nothing of substance to offer because your critical thinking is absent. All you do is regurgitate what you read and what you absorb. You don't offer anything from you. That's why, like, when people hear me say mammary, they already know who I'm talking about. That's not my fault. Blame it on you, because you also flip-flop like Jay-Z slippers when he hooked up with Beyonce back in the days, and he wore the slippers. Yeah, the chancleta. You flip-flop. You go from being supported because you flash memory, right? And while you're flashing memory, people throwing you allocations to talk about their project, right? Thinking you're doing something because you don't know, but you're thinking you're doing something strong. But what you did was, you realize, oh, this ain't it. And you looking crazy in these streets, but you double back. You went and now you're going to remove yourself from a weird situation and now go back to talking about some RH, and then leave that and go to another situation. And when that doesn't work out too well for you because your memory personality shows, you go back to RH. Who can take you serious in life? Who can take a person like that serious in life? You stop celebrating the activities you engender, right? Substantiate certain stereotypes. You need to break the mold. But these people don't. They lack mental fortitude, folks. They have no insight. Some of them are just empty like that, y'all. But it's about unity. It ain't about no damn unity. How is that gonna be unified? Where's the unification? Like, I'm telling you, this is not kumbaya. Kumbaya, Richard. Kumbaya. There's zero. No. Kumbaya, Pulse Chain. Kumbaya. It's not that. I would love for it to be that. Kumbaya, Federal Reserve Note, US dollar. Kumbaya, US dollar. You've been rugging everybody since 1913. Kumbaya. Explain it to me. Because it's just not adding up. It ain't gonna add up. If you're going that way, that route, you gotta go back to your personal drawing board, your drawing board, not some on board, but your drawing board. Create your own plan that works for you and do what it's supposed to do. Take it from there. Because what the man said, more pumps, right? What pumps you think he's talking about? Because I've been hearing the past couple of days. I saw like on social media that there's some more pumps of RH coins, more pumps. This is what, yeah. Because it seemed like that's what counts versus everything else. Rising tides lifts all boats. But people just want to take the chance and create ideas, create off of their ideas. I'm not mad at that. Not. But you're not going to water down what I got going on. If you want to respectfully create an idea and not basically trash on what got us here, go ahead with your idea. Build on your idea. But when you got a creative idea and then you want to act like your idea supersedes what got us here, the fundamentals that got us here, Pulse Chain, what got us to Pulse Chain? You want to create on Pulse Chain, and then you think what you got is better than what the founder of Pulse Chain created. But you're on Pulse Chain though. Like already right there, you just X yourself out of it. You just checkmated yourself. Oh, bravo, bravo, young neophyte. You will always be a neophyte with your attitude. You'll never learn because you're stubborn, obstinate, and you think you know everything. You stuck because you thinking what you did was better than the founder, but it's on the founder's chain. So you making the founder look good, and you working for the founder because you created something on the founder's chain. You might have made a little bag for yourself too, but you also work for the founder because you made his chain relevant even more. What are y'all talking about? Like, I don't get it. So that's where we're at. What would you do? What would a lot of y'all like? I don't know, man. Like, I don't know what. I'm gonna say these last few things before I bounce and let you great people go. Go handle your handle. What would you do if RH never streamed anymore? Like he just, that's it, gone with the wind, right? Because I'm listening to a bunch of fake news. I don't know if it's fake news. I don't know if they're like right what has been described as hit pieces. They're saying, that he owes some back taxes to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars. I don't know. What I could tell you is this, man, because even now, there's no perfect situation in anything. You think is really like between how RH used to be and now, it's like, come on, man. A lot of us look forward to those streams, right? We used to look forward to those streams, especially when he got into this mode where he's debating and cooking, motherfucker. Yo, man. And then when he's just talking his talk, when he's on timing and he's talking his talk, time to really be educated on what's what, very informative. So now where we get none of that. Zero. Right? He has a presence on Twitter, in quotes. Okay. And seeing that go on for the past 17 months. Cool. Cool. It's better than nothing. And a couple pre-recorded videos here and there. Better than nothing. I don't think we got one pre-recorded video in 24 yet. I don't know. Maybe, you know, we see what the court thing brings next month. Maybe. Or the holidays, maybe. Who knows? But we haven't seen one pre-recorded anything. And we approaching the end of September, right? From Richard. If he decides to, let's say, bounce and not, you know, he just like, he does a Satoshi Nakamoto. Some of y'all gonna really be talking that unity. You're gonna really need to be unified. We already got the IPFS, John. All those links. We decide to have these things work for us and do what they do. We use it accordingly, right? In other words, I was kind of like skeptical on the, I'm like, why we need somebody to lead when we're not looking, you know, we have the tools. We just use the tools that are already set forth and make them do what they're supposed to do. Not make them do, but they, you know, allow them to work the way they developed to work and designed to operate. But see, many people, more than I'd like to believe, more than I'd like to, more gifts, more than I'd like to believe are waiting for Sack Daddy to pump the bags. That's the real. That's why a lot of people are pissed off, yo. Like, you got to see things for what they are. New people who are catching this stream, appreciate y'all for being courageous to listen to one of these streams, because I don't know what I'm talking about. But I'm just gonna say this to the new, super new people, that like people that know corner and they just happen to algorithm, boom. Oh, Crypto Wonder, damn, what's he talking about? Some unity. What's this? Unity. Yeah, the majority of people waiting for Sack Daddy to pump the coins, y'all. Because even to this day, you hear folks, they're like, yeah, but you know, this and that and that and this and that and this and that and this, that pump and RH pumped it to pump. Like, wow, okay. Hey, all right, man. He got his own methods of doing things and doing whatever he does that I don't understand, and it's not meant for me to understand. I ain't mad at no mad gains. I want mad gains for all of us, because we listen, man. This ain't regular. This is different. It's different. But if he disappears, people scared, yo. People, let me tell you something. Folks are not gonna say this. DJ Cryptomatic, I see you, man. Coin Critic, I saw you. What's up? When Richard stopped streaming And right, and it's like, you know, you look at things, you interpret things, this and that. But when all these other projects started coming out, because people get worried, they become, hey man, you could, yo, they're like, damn, what's gonna happen, man? I need a pivot. Then I could tell you this, people, real talk. Listen what I'm saying here, and you know, I'm speaking the truth with what I'm about to say. Richard stop streaming. What's the plan B? People have to pivot. What's the plan C? What's the plan D? Sack Daddy ain't pumping. He ain't pumping the bags, yo. So what we doing? No. That's the truth. That's the truth. Many of them got scared. It's not a judgment. It's an observation. You got scared because you're losing hope. You're losing hope. You're like, yo, you firmly believe Sack Daddy pumped Hex in 21. Now here we have Pulse Chain, world's largest airdrop. Now we have some Pulse X, all this and that. And dude ain't streaming? Or you scared? I get it. You scared. That's why many of you jumped on all these other projects, jumped other chains, other projects, scared. And you're using a narrative that if people were to have played and gambled with these other projects, they would have made the money that they made with these other projects and then brought that money onto Pulse Chain and buy Pulse Hex, PLS, and Inc., PLSX and Inc. Do you think the majority of people really did that? No, folks want to make money. If you scared that Richard disappeared and that made you feel so insecure, it's not a judgment, it's an observation. You jump to this next project that you see is pumping, that you see it has a community, that you see is making a lot of money. You're going to go where you see is making a lot of money because you don't know about this anymore because you're scared. Because RH, you Sack Daddy, you call him Sack Daddy. And you don't know when you're going to see that money that you've been, you're right, programmed to believe 10,000x. That's why people stopped talking about 10,000x. They got scared. They're only saying 10x because they're scared. You're like, yo, what if he leaves, man? Who else is going to come pump? Because they know people don't like him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they know the majority of people in cryptocurrency don't care for Richard. And this is Richard's thing. This is his baby. Like, for real. He got kids now. Hex was the first child. Now he got more, right? And if he's not talking like he was talking before, when he was talking before and doing all that stuff before, all this stuff in the community became, right? They appear to have become strong supporters and believers. And then the first 2 years for Hex was just like incredible. But he was streaming on the regular as much as he could, very involved, interviewing, debating, meeting Hexicans, all that. So now the exact 180-degree opposite, except for your Twitter presence and some pre-recorded videos, people are scared. People are scared, yo. I'm the giving tree. Don't get scammed, man. They're scared. They won't tell you they're scared. That's why a lot of OGs were scared to tell you they got into Titan X, right? They're scared. They're scared, man. They're like, oh no, Titan X, it reminiscent of some Big Connect feel. Big Connect, yeah. Scared. Get your little money. Oh, APR. It wasn't like Big Connect. It's different. But I'm talking about the euphoria. If you were around, you understand what I'm talking about. The euphoria, huh? You short, you do a little short money investment or long money investment. You see all this stuff going on and all this big money. Yeah, because you scared. So you pretend and say, I used that big money I made somewhere else and went back and bought the core tokens. No, you didn't buy the core tokens because you don't believe the core founder, right? The core token founder will be around anymore. So you scared. Where's the unity? You talk about some unity. Who are you trying to unify? Unsuspecting sheep to become your exit liquidity. That's what, let's be real. You want to unify people coming behind you so that you could sell to those people. This is not a judgment. It's an observation. Don't talk now about how, oh, right? You got people now talking about, oh, you get into these other projects. Don't be a RH maximalist. Don't be brainwashed. Like that's a brainwashing thing, right? Don't be so narrow-minded, right? Don't be toxic RH maxi, right? Don't talk about Hex 5555, right? Because they didn't believe in the beginning. They didn't believe in the first place. They'll tell you don't believe, don't talk, don't support 5555 talk. Don't support any 10,000X talk. They'll tell you that now, especially because Sack Daddy is no longer present on social media like he was before, folks. I need to drill this home. They're scared. And they're acting out like children. This is not a judgment. It's an observation. Children act out when they don't get what they want or when they're afraid and they're insecure, right? They display, right? Exhibit these behaviors to show you, oh man, you catching a tantrum. You're a bunch of grown adults who got scared. That's why they had a year ago or so, right? Last summer, 2023, some emergency Twitter spaces about some elephant not in the room. They're scared, y'all. And those guys got, a lot of them got millions. A lot of those founders, those token founders, sacrifice, they got millions and are still scared. Imagine that. Because they don't know how that million is going to flip. They want more millions, more gifts, more grifts. They want that to keep coming. They got the first kick, that first. Rest assured, let me tell you something, yo. You think them guys that got all those millions, you think they're used to getting millions like that? No. You got them hooked. They want more. They got the first taste of that dragon. It's like chasing that drug. You want to chase that first high. It's nothing like the first. And with RH not being as vocal, them dudes are petrified. They don't want that money to dry out. They don't know how to manage it. You think they're millionaires? They were millionaires before they got the millions? Look at them. Come on, man. Let's be serious. Let's be serious. It's real. I mean, it's not a judgment. It's an observation, people. And people scared, yo. People are scared. They're afraid. They don't know what the F. That whole thing about SEC, yeah. That's true. That's a factor. That's a reason, right? That's a reason for RA. You could just say or surmise, speculate that the lawyers told him to just chill because anything and everything you say will be used against you, right? You could, you know. Now you got another hit piece that just came out about some tax evasion, that he was arrested while he was absent. He dealing with some European issues right now, right? Meaning like European and Finland and all that, like, right? Like you watching these things take place, right? These stories come together, this and that. And some people, you know, they go down a conspiracy rabbit hole because they're scared, y'all. You're trying to connect certain dots. You're like, damn, was that the reason why he? Damn, they're saying he didn't pay back taxes from like how many years? What, for the past 4 years? When did the sacrifice started? 3 years ago? You scared. I get it. Your mind goes, right? Your mind, you start creating things in your head that don't even exist. Or maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But people, let me tell y'all, the last 17 months with these prices way under sack price, right? Sideways, this extended feel of a bear market, even though people think it's a bull, and I understand why, but it still feels like the only bear. If you've been an RH Maxi, Hex all the way down. Yes, coin's been pumping, cool, very good. But for the most part, right? So imagine a person who doesn't really have strong conviction, who hasn't really like been through crypto cycles and really want to just, right? Like say, okay, practice the whole thing of being a hodler. Those who hold on win very well. Those who are founders, those who will hold on to these coins, those who, you know, are owners of exchanges do very well. And those who are very close to founders, right? Imagine you don't, your convictions are not strong. You sacrificed for something that you hear in 10,000x like ad nauseum, but your foundation isn't strong, meaning like you could sell at any point. And then you watching all these things unfold within the last 17 months, and Richard not really out there like that, like talking. He's on Twitter, sure, but like, oh yeah, you're gonna be scared. You're gonna be mad. You're gonna, once the thing even reaches close to your break-even point, you sell it. That's what we've seen. We've seen that. Right? How many billions and billions of Pulse Chain keeps getting dumped? Billions and billions of Pulse X keep getting dumped. What we saw in the beginning of January, the thing might have touched sack price again, and then as soon as it started touching sack price, people are like, oh, I break even, I'm out, dump. It wasn't necessarily about a thing of, to me, in my opinion, to suppress price because they just don't like RH. Maybe do. Maybe a lot of people just can't stand them and don't want great things to happen for the chain, which is unfortunate for them. They're so wretched, right? Nothing good should ever come to people like that, man. You can't be you that evil and wicked. Shame on y'all, right? But people are pissed and scared. He designed the tokens a certain way. People don't know how to wait. Nobody talks about December 2025 anymore, because that was the talk in the beginning of 2023. Oh, wait till December 25, 2025. That's when the bull market is gonna, end, and that will be the damn peak of the bull. Oh, forget about 24. Don't think about 24. Your focus should be the end of 25. No one says that. No one talks about that. It's all short-term thinking, immediate gratification, nothing long, nothing more, nothing 55-55. Nothing like that anymore. No songs, none of that. Videos, whatever, streams about, no. There are, but not as they were, not as many as they were in 2020, 21, 22. No. It's about what new project could come out so people can pivot because they're scared that Richard is not going to be able to pump the coins because at any moment they don't know, they're teetering. Right? That's their scale of confusion and indecision and fear, real fear, their own FUD, their own balancing act of what they're dealing with because their foundation is not strong. They're not, you right? They go anywhere the wind blows. So when there's blood in the streets, they're bleeding. They're not eating. When there's blood in the streets, they're not eating like the people who are DCAing. Right? They're bleeding, meaning they're selling. In some cases, at a loss. They just want to get out because they can't stomach this anymore. That's the real. That's what you have here. That's one example. You're not gonna hear this many places, people. I'm telling y'all what it is just from because it's just meant for that to happen. That wasn't my intention. I just let the spirit move me the way it's supposed to. For sure. Because, and the reason why I'm saying this too is because it's crazy, right? The people who have been quote unquote close to Hex and RH, who are now singing a different tune today, that, oh, you invest in another project and bring that money back to Pulse Chain, Pulse X. Those people saying all these things, they were saying that because it was, again, like I said, unsure of what's going to happen. And we're very happy that there was another situation, not Richard Hart related, that appeared to have been making money for people. Because people, we're all here to make money. But they're not going to say that to you. They're going to save face and pretend like they've been, a part of the whole program all along. The RH program all along. So they go somewhere else, make the money from whatever they got going on, and then say, see, I'm still benevolent. I'm still a good person because I brought the money back and bought more Pulse Chain, more Pulse X, more Hex. It's an illusion. It's an attempt to save face, to make themselves feel good. They're not convincing the world of anything. They have to convince themselves by saying that because they were scared that they were not going to last enough to really see 10,000X because they didn't know what's up with Richard. They don't know what's up with Richard. Because everybody, without saying everybody, right? Most people are depending on Richard, are expecting Richard to pump this market. That's the truth. I don't work for you. You want to see something done, you do it. What billionaire is going to come through and pump Hex? What billionaire is going to come through and pump Pulse? What billionaire is going to come through and pump Pulse X? They're not telling you these things, people. You see? This is why I always say to y'all, and is what I'm saying is because there's always a factor, there's always a thing, right? Read between the lines, people. Think critically, right? Think critically. Because if we're told spread the good word, spread the word, in other words, Spread the word so he doesn't have to be dependent upon to pump the bags by himself, even though it's his empire, is his operation, is his situation. Again, like I said, this is his baby, right? But and also to play a certain game that I call like his magical games, right? Because you're going head up against regulatory bodies. You want to be well equipped. So he says certain things, but ultimately we know what it all really is. We understand what was going on here, but it's just some of these people. This is why the term disingenuous is used. I've been using it ad nauseum this whole 17 months because people haven't been honest like that. They haven't been. Just like with Hex 21, they sold. They didn't buy back, or they didn't buy the same amount. If they bought back, it wasn't the same amount. You sold at a high price profit. Why do you think you should buy back, right? Because they didn't really believe in the token in itself, right? You made your profit. You're not gonna buy more expensive because to you, your mind is like, it's the value, You're not thinking about staking operation, T-share, this, that, and this. Not thinking long term. They just like, nah, man, I made my money. I bought this very cheap and I sold it at a very high price. Why should I buy back at a high price when I got this for cheap? Right? They weren't being honest, folks. It's not a judgment, it's an observation. And you see it take place. You see how it unfolded now, where people are openly declaring that they are investors of other projects. A year ago, you would not hear any of them talk that right now, except for a few. Why do you think that is, right? Maybe the few were just whatever, risk takers. They didn't care. They just said it. But you see now, a year later, people are like, "Oh, sure, I am an investor, and I've invested in Titan X." You didn't say that a year ago. You understand? Yeah. I'm saying it like, look, I don't care what you invest in. That's not about. It's like, yo, just be real with the people. And I say that, be real with the people, because you're streaming. You're publicly streaming. You're publicly creating content. You're publicly announcing whatever you have going on in your life, and folks are listening. People are viewing you, right? So again, responsibility comes into play. Accountability comes into play. Folks rock with you. They like you. And you telling them what you're doing, they may want to emulate you by doing the same thing. And if you tell them all this and that and that and this, they're going to want to do the same thing because they want to yield good results. But don't sugarcoat and act like you're not part of something and when you are. Because then you look crazy, right? But that's me. I'm not going to tell you how you should react. But that's why this whole thing, a lot of it has just been by far incredibly hypocritical and contradiction, left and right in the pulse chain ecosystem. Contradiction, hypocrite, all across the board. All across the board. Life, right? Life is lifing. Yo, man. As above, so below. I see you, man. Good afternoon, good morning, good day. Nah, man. Like, you gotta, so folks, man, keep it real. Listen, man, if you are into whatever you are into that's not RH related, me as a man, as a person, as a human being, I have no I have no vested interest to disrespect you. You like what you like, do what works for you. You know? Yeah. I don't care. I don't call the shots. No one forces me to buy what I buy, to sell what I sell, to invest in what I invest in, and no one forces us to do this. Like Stunner Breezy says, and I always give him credit for saying it. Crypto's a solo sport. You decide what to do when you do. I just hope you don't get robbed. You don't get rugged. You don't get scammed, right? That's it. That's it. But my thing with that too is just, if you're a streamer and you stream about what you stream about and you're open and candid, I gotta respect it for what it is, right? I do. I gotta respect it for what it is, because at least you're trying to be as transparent as a blockchain is, and I think that deserves a certain level of respect. But I couldn't. If I were to tell you, okay, I'm gonna get into this nondescript token, and you ask, well, why? And then I give you an explanation, like what I just explained that these people didn't do. I gave you an explanation like, yo, because I'm scared as F. That's why I'm going to get into this nondescript token, y'all. I'm scared as F because I don't know what RH doing. He ain't streaming no more. I think he's Sag Daddy, and I have paper hands. All you can do as a viewer is just either take what I said or reject what I said, and it's just what it is. And that's just me being as transparent as I could at the time. Be like, oh, and maybe other people might feel the same way, maybe not. But if I were to just pretend like, yo, oh nah, man, I'm not down with that. I'm not down with that, down with that. Meanwhile, I'm active in the community. I have a social media following, this and that. Somebody in the community knows, right? Because I'm active. So somebody knows my business. And then, like you've heard a year ago, one of the members in the community just said to the world, listen, all of your day one early Hex OGs, this and that, the majority of the Hex OGs are in these other projects. Then how would I look? You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. This is not hard. Like, don't just be you. Be real. Who cares? This is the internet. Enjoy it for what it is. Have fun. Utilize it in a way that, it makes sense to you and nobody's getting harmed. They're not going to tell you that they were scared that Richard was not going to come because the price, it's cool to say, oh yeah, I made so much money somewhere else. And then I bought Richard Hart coins because they were cheap at affordable, undervalued price. Isn't that such a nice, right? Isn't that such a great strategy? Oh, that sounds like the best. You did that? Oh, so you went and you did something else, took a risk. It ended up paying off because you took a risk. There's an element of luck involved. You got lucky there? Oh, and then you made money? Oh, and what'd you do with the money? Oh, you bought the Richard Hart coins cheap? Oh, you the man. You some type of genius, huh? Guess what? When the bull market that we waiting for does arise, when it arises, all of us are going to look like geniuses. You know what I mean? That don't make you a genius just because you got lucky somewhere else and then you bought this thing cheap. That don't make you a genius. It might actually on a certain level, but don't act like you the smartest thing. You right there with Stephen Hawkins, rest in peace. You're not Vitalik. You're not Richie Rich. You're not Justin's son. You're not Hoskinson. You're not these people. Stop fronting. You were scared and you gambled and you hit. That's it. Good people. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Unity.